But Cardi B has tons of people hitting her up and offering hundreds of thousands of dollars. What's your strategy in terms of offering value in exchange for that? I've done mukbangs and stuff myself as a test because I saw that trend coming, and I got like 7 views each video. Well, you don't. Howdy everyone, so I am in a suit and I am off to Johns Hopkins University to judge a marketing competition for the American Marketing Association. I'm on the JHU campus and it feels great. Oh, take a look at that campus. Look at all those lawn chairs and stuff.
When you say I'm timing it, so you're strict, so I think I will have to cut you off after 10, and the Q&A will have to end after 5. So whenever you start, I'll just start the timer.
My name is Elena. I'm Allie. I'm Alexis. And I guess we'll just start with our presentation. So first we're going to start with an overview of our desired customer base, which is just...
We could have snap stories on...
Alright, so now we'll have 5-minute Q&A.
Sure. Great. So you called out McCormick and Nomu as good competitors in the market. How are they priced and where are they sold compared to where XYZ?
Cool. So, what's your plan for getting these into the stores, on the shelves, into the customers' hands if you're selling online?
So like we said, we're going to go.
I'm Ian Petra. And I'm Matthew Bacon. And today we'll be talking about how to connect company XYZ, which is our company, with Generation Z. So first, a little background on Gen Z. It's classified as those individuals born between 1995 and gender fluidity. Now, compared to our counterparts in the Millennials and Gen X, Gen Y, gender fluidity is a very new and very sensitive topic, but it is, you absolutely need to take it.
So first off, I liked the whole presentation. I love the fact that you included the different nuances of different social media platforms. I have a tough question for you, but try your best at it. So let's say you run with this idea, you put it out there, and you have a limited budget, right? So what happens when you have, after a month of effort, 17 followers on Instagram, you're not getting traction there, you spent $500 to $1,000 on social media influencer collabs, and that has not produced any sales?
Well, in terms of this question, you'd have to really re-examine your target market. So in that case, you'd have to do more research, obviously, into your target market in that range. See, which influencers have like the highest sphere of influence in that specific target market, and then within that subgroup, find 1 or 2 influencers and try to redirect your efforts there.
And one thought, you guys did a good job of connecting a lot of your research to the ideas that you presented. One note that you had in the research piece, and seems to hold true, that this audience likes to eat out, and clearly you're selling a product to eat in. Do you have any thoughts about how to combat that tendency?
The conductor comes for tickets and he's a hole puncher, and I show him my phone and he's like, "That's not your ticket," and I go, "Actually, yes, it is." No,
I don't know if there's a clothing store nearby.
And I acknowledge that I'm a hypocrite, but I'm not the one being judged. It's high, so.
I'm not even in a button now. So.
I wish I had dressed the way you did, honestly. That would have been way more comfortable than what I'm wearing right now.
It's okay, I don't think they care. They might think you're more impressive for not dressing up. They're like, oh, he must be a big deal.
Right? That is the perception people have. Damn it.
Our CEO, up until he resigned last year, he, I never saw him in a suit. He almost never had a button down. It was very much
super casual
polo and khakis in the show. So you really feel like you're going to a Game of Thrones night. So if you only went to one game in a year, but you're a Game of Thrones fan, maybe you'll go to a second game. And that's really just part of moving you up that chain. A lot of teams get the throne delivered.
So that guy who just spoke was actually the judge to my left. So I got to talk to him, bond with him. He is a marketer for Major League Baseball, which is pretty darn cool, as you can tell. They did some partnerships with HBO via Game of Thrones. They even hid eggs around the city, and if you found them, you got free tickets to their games, which is really cool. Really cool that I got to meet him, got to talk to him. As you can tell, no one asked questions when he opened it up. No one. There's like 50 plus students there. No one did. I think that's a huge opportunity. When you're that young, I can't blame them. When I was that young, I don't think I had as much initiative or really cared as much. But that's a huge opportunity to connect, network with that person. And the crazy part is only 2 or 3 people came up to him afterwards and formed a line for questions. I made sure to get in to that group, even though I already knew him, because I had some actual questions about how he got the funding and approval for these HBO marketing initiatives. I think there's definitely inefficiencies in the market in terms of hustle, even at a top school like JHU. Now, no, not all of the kids are from here. They're from many different colleges. Some drove hours to get here. So keep that in mind.
I'll let you guys know. Thank you.
From Johns Hopkins in 2015. I studied international studies here. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my career path. Today,
Yes, so a lot of people here are in school, probably going to be out of school soon. Do you have any tips? Because you've been to ESPN, you've worked at Twitter. Do you have any tips? Because those are hard companies to get into. How did you manage to do that?
yeah, sure. So I think as far as ending up at ESPN right out of school, there are a few things. So I think internships are really important, and making sure that from those internships you keep your connections and you network. I did my internship at MLS.
Hi everyone, my name is Ian Mitra, and today I'll be presenting on the case competition on how to connect company XYZ with Generation Z.
Tell me more about that. Why not online?
Part of our research showed that Generation Z doesn't really shop online as much compared to like even the millennial generation, for example. So going and selling online might incur more costs than...
Hi everybody, I just want to thank everyone for being here with us today. It's a really good thing for the marketplace, but they also care a lot more about health benefits. So usually most products, if they have a health benefit, Generation Z consumer.
We feel that Generation Z at this point in time doesn't necessarily have the buying power, the purchase capability.
Sure. So I really liked your whole Google Ads thing. So I work with Google Ads, and I think it's a highly underestimated platform. A lot of companies get a lot of profit from there, and people assume it's Instagram ads or Facebook ads. So my question is, how do you plan on making it profitable, validating that idea? Because sure, it's great to put this out there, but that's going to require money or some type of value in exchange for that budget. And if no one's buying once you spend that ad budget, what do you do then? Whether that's an influencer campaign or spending that money on search keywords in Google.
So I think we wanted to team up with like an Instagram influencer.
Product matters. You want the design to stick out in their head so that even if they forget the name, they remember what it looks like. So inevitably they'll buy it.
And that's when the US got hip to it. So famous YouTubers like B-Love and ASMR, Chew, they're famous, and just look at the views, 20 million views. These people get checks just for making videos from them eating. So it's trendy and it's intriguing. Everyone likes to watch it. People watch it for different reasons. People that have SMR, anxiety, social anxiety, depression, and sleep apnea. These are
We're influenced by everything around us. If we had Cardi B on YouTube with our product, XYZ, using it, she has a flock of followers, millions of people who follow her on all her social networks. If she's using it, everyone's going to use it just because it's her. So we can use those key influencers to basically give us a step above those mom and pop sauces and spices that they're used to. We can use our influencers on like for our good.
Right, but Cardi B has tons of people hitting her up and offering hundreds of thousands of dollars. What's your strategy in terms of offering value in exchange for that? I've done mukbangs and stuff myself as a test because I saw that trend coming, and I got like 7 views each video. What you don't realize is there's a lot behind the scenes. Like they have a really good microphone to pick up that crunch. So it's a very competitive market. So what's your plan on? And it's a bit of a tough question. So don't be pressured.
I think that just goes back to what Tatiana said. Just trying to get those key people on Instagram to actually tune in and want to know what XYZ is. We can start off by doing it as a free run. Something that they don't have to pay for, something that we're not necessarily getting a profit from, but just something that we can push to see if they're willing to do it. I mean, everything has to start from somewhere. So if we get that one famous person who's willing to try it, then I feel like it'll be a boomerang effect. Then this person will try it, then this person will try it, just based off what the reviews are going to be. And eventually, if the platform gets big enough, then it will get to Cardi B, and it will get to Drake, and it will become a phenomenon, something that's happening all over the place.
Also, to add on, another influencer that we can use is Salt Bay. I don't know if you guys know him. He's known for doing the sprinkling. He would be a good influencer to promote that.
Having me here. I realize I'm the only thing standing between you and the answer to who has won the case. I promise to be pretty quick. I also want to thank Silu, Marsha, Andy, and all the judges and speakers. So I wonder if we could just give like a quick round of applause. The rate of change today is likely the slowest we will see for the remainder of our careers, right? And so that means that things are just only going to get faster and faster. These are now legitimate brands that consumers see as, in some cases, right, as equal to national brands. The combination of these things it's like a 10 on the Richter scale, right? We have had to transform, like everybody in the CPG space right now is involved in transformation. And then as marketers, we have to transform and think about how to market differently because of all this. Connections, because you know what? This room's the future leaders, right, of business. And what you want to do is make connections, right, with somebody who's going to go to a company that maybe you want to work for one day, right? Or maybe you will work for that person. You never know, right? And so I will tell you that all 3 of my jobs, actually even the Timberland job, I got through networking. It did not come from me just sending a resume and hoping that my resume would rise to the top of the pile. Every one of them came through. So this is me playing drums. This is me now, right? Right? That was my transformation. But, by the way, I still love music. I still play drums, right?
I just want to thank everyone. It was really, really, really close, and they deliberated for a very long time. So thank you again so much. In 3rd place, we have Team 3. And so it's taking
Yeah, you're the king. Do it?
And now, in 2nd place, we have Bloomsburg University, Team 7.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you.
And in 1st place, we have Team 11.
Can we get all the teams, all the winning, the 3?
Well, there it is. The event is over. The winners were announced. I stayed the whole day. It's about 5 o'clock right now. I could have left right after the first round of judging at around 10:30, but I chose to stay because, quite honestly, I thought this was a valuable opportunity, and I wanted to see where it could lead. And to that point, two of the speakers emphasized the importance of networking and how networking was how they got all of their jobs. I mean, the first speaker was, he worked at Twitter and ESPN, intern at Under Armour, I believe. The final keynote speaker, he worked all over the place, from Pepsi to McCormick, and so on and so forth, as you could tell, Timberland as well, all through connections he knew, not through